I have Jeff Clements. Jeff is from Honest Abe Log and Timber Homes. They're based out of Moss, Tennessee. Jeff's been around the industry for 20 years. It certainly is a wealth of information. And Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, Eric.
So how's everything over there in Moss this morning? A little frost on the pumpkin, I hear.
A little frost on the pumpkin this morning.
That's all right.
Windshield.
Yeah, 20 degrees here in Lake George, just so you know.
Beautiful, beautiful moon last night, though.
There you go. There you go. Harvest moon, if you will.
Harvest moon.
So we get a lot of questions at the Log and Timber Frame shows, and you get a lot of questions, of course, at your model homes and through your dealer network. And one of them is the log home design, the evolution of the log home design process. You and I have been around a long time. I remember when a custom home was you take a 24-foot by 34-foot ranch, move a window, and that was custom, and you redline the floor plan, and off you went to production. Nowadays, the log and timber frame homes have taken on a much more custom variety. In fact, nearly 100% of them are custom. Hardly anyone does a standard plan anymore. But then beyond that, you have the hybrid, the timber frame, the accents. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you're seeing out there?
Yeah, we just continue to see customization with our customers that just keeps going. Every year, it just seems like it gets a little more customized. A lot of people are exposed to a lot of information, and our company, as well as other companies, that's what we do now. We have to offer custom. At the manufacturing plant, we would love just to be able to set up and run and manufacture homes and mill homes, and then somebody come in and buy them, but it doesn't work that way. So, in the early years, like you said, we didn't offer lots of different log profiles. We didn't offer lots of different styles, and as time has gone forward, we're to follow what our customers want. We just continue to offer more and more styles. I think we offer 10 or 11 different wall systems, but then the customization, the things that they're seeing on the internet and the on Pinterest and those type things just seem to really drive imagination, and that's where we are.
You can thank Pinterest for all that activity, but that's a good thing. It gives people a good idea what they're looking for. When they're coming to you, they probably have a little bit of an idea. Then you have to match the budget of that design when you start getting into the intricate roof systems and all of those different things. And usually in a log or timber frame home, you're dealing with a view, which means more windows. So all of those components kind of go into that design. Let's talk about the different components, especially when the word hybrid has been thrown around a lot, kind of goes into the design of what's happening. Can you kind of explain what is a hybrid home?
Well, it's just basically using different building components all in the same house, as opposed to everything being maybe log and log siding up in the gable ends. It's now we're seeing logs and log walls, shake shingles, timber frame, post and beam, all in the same house. You'll see, I think one house I counted 5 different building components on the outside, the exterior finishes. Wow. Rusty metal was on that house. Very expensive.
Used to throw that away.
Yeah, and you're putting rusty metal, shake shingles, board and batten has made a comeback. When I started years ago, it was somewhat popular, and then it seemed to have fallen away. But it's made a comeback. But hybrid just denotes just a mixture of components, and most of us companies are doing lots of that now.
Yeah, and I've heard the term thrown around. There's architectural hybrid, and then there's the actual building hybrid, meaning one part of the roof area you could have a beam and purlin roof system, and then another part you could go with a standard truss to maybe help with a budget item. So that gives people options, whereas when you get into more architectural feel, it is the look and feel of the house, whether you use stone around your columns or what have you. So there's so many different options, but that's the beauty of this building type is you have so many options, and that's what makes every single log and timber frame home different. There is no such thing as a cookie cutter log or timber home anymore, and that's, I guess, why everybody's here. Nobody really wants that, I guess, but at some point, you have to be realistic about budgets and design, and that's what someone like yourself and your dealer representatives can help people with. Those are the questions that have to be laid out early, and you help through that evolution of the design. Right. And an evolution can also mean somebody coming in with one plan and it evolves into totally something different than they actually thought of. So that's an important process. And that's really, yeah. So, well, good. Thanks for those hot tips on Let's Talk. Why don't we talk a little bit, let people know what Honest Abe Log and Timber Homes, give them kind of a feeling of what the company is, the background, how you guys go to market, all those types of things.
Yeah, we've been in the business since 1979, and that was probably a really tough time to start a home company back when interest rates were double digit. We can't imagine that now with interest rates where they are now. But we started in 1979 here in Moss, Tennessee. We're in northern Middle Tennessee, is where our headquarters is. We offer custom design service here. We have our manufacturing facility here. We inventory large amounts of timbers and have our dry kiln process here. But we market through direct sales models that we have in Middle Tennessee. Mostly we have 4 direct sales models. And then we've got a nationwide network of independent dealers out there offering different various services that carry our products.
So you have dealers in different parts of the country. Probably the best way for people to find out where they are is go to your website.
HonestAbe.com.
HonestAbe.com. And then that way they can kind of narrow down maybe a location where they're building. Because you get a lot of people, like in this case here, we have people from Florida who are building in North Carolina or anywhere north. And so it's an important part of the process to maybe locate a dealer in those local markets. So you have that dealer base. So that's great. What else, Jeff? A little bit more about Honest Abe. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, we're part of we're owned by the Smith family, and they've got different wood related industries here. And one thing I think is pretty neat, and people always comment when I toured 3 groups of people here yesterday in Moss, Tennessee, and it's quite a trip to come to Moss. We're out in the middle of nowhere, but I think people enjoy it. But these sister companies, all wood related, we don't waste any of the tree or the wood. We use sawdust for fuel.
That's great.
The shavings that come off our timbers are bagged or sold bulk for animal bedding. Those nice fluffy white pine shavings. But we really use all the components of a tree with just really no waste. So we're very resourceful.
That's great.
Yeah. So that usually stands out to people when they visit here.
Jeff, I want to thank you for your time this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, thanks, folks. And we'll be on to the next Let's Talk.